Thank you. Just a minute, let me share my screen.
Sure, Doctor, but let me introduce you first.
Yeah, please.
Okay, Dr. Rajesh Kumar Nair is a PhD in Commerce and Management with a total of 26 years in corporate and academics in MBA College. He has been a consultant to various SMEs in marketing, sales promotions, and sales training activities. He has published various papers in reputable academic journals. He's also a rated chess player, a fight arbiter and development instructor recognized by international chess federations. That's really great, Doctor. And welcome, Dr. Rajesh. The time is yours.
Thanks, Olia, for your wonderful, introduction. Thanks for your very kind words, and I thanks for the organizers to give me an opportunity to, especially in a wonderful topic, and for my fellow, a very interesting topic for today. As we know, we are going to talk about advancing the thinking of business policy, especially in Industry 4 era. Okay, so when we look into Industry 4 era, basically, as we know, it has been quite revolutionary. When you talk about Industry 4, it has highly connected intelligent systems, which creates a fully digital value chain, and it's based on cyber physical production systems which integrate communications, IT, data, okay, systems which transform traditional plants to smart factories. In this context, basically I would like to give an Indian context. Actually, the Industry 4 context has been promoted with the Make in India initiative. The idea is to win against global competition. And the focus here has been on industrial Internet of Things, three-dimensional printing, 3D sensors, social softwares, augmented realities, location awareness, which is all important for smart production. On that basis, let's look into Industry 4. And when the policymakers were looking into this, they were looking into the six-dimensional model for the readiness for Industry 4, which talked about strategy and organization, smart factory, smart operations, smart products, data driven services, and employees. Let's look into strategy and organization. As we know that any new technology or any new implementation takes a lot of time. So first, an organization needs to understand what's existing knowledge and strategy is with respect to implementation of Industry 4. They need to review strategies for better operations, understand what are the investments which are there and measure these investments relating to Industry 4, understand use of technology and innovation management, and understand what's the current state of research and development. So these are the few of the stages which the organization need to go through and understand before evolving a strategy for Industry 4. Now let's look into smart factory. When you look into smart factory, there are four important things which are extremely important, which is digital modeling, equipment component infrastructure, the data usage, and IT systems and infrastructure. So these components are extremely important for smart factory. And then we look into smart operations, which focuses on information sharing, cloud usage, the IT security, and the autonomous process. Smart production, where the physical components are equipped with technical components such as sensors, RFIDs, and communication interface. And the data driven services, which talks about availability of service, what is the share of revenue which has to be derived, and what is the share of data which is used. And then we come to the most important and the crucial aspect, and that's the employees. When we look into the employees, one has to understand what are the current skills which are available, and the challenge remains in adapting employees to new skills as per industry requirements. And that's where, as the first speaker talked about, when you talk about digital area, as we know the COVID scenario has really taught us how digital promotions, and even if you see today's conference, a digital conference, how digital has played an extremely important role. So one of the challenges for the organization is to equip new skills in terms of digital areas, whether it's so that they are able to fulfill the requirements of industry 4. And that's going to be a real challenge for organizations, because the life cycle of a technology is extremely short. And besides this, it is very important that the employees are able to grasp the new technologies. So, the organizations has to be extremely careful. They just cannot trust new technologies and expect employees to, grab it, because every, person has its own learning cycle. So in that context, when you look into, it's very important to see that the pace is proper, so that the employees are able to grasp the new technologies and, implement these new technologies as per the, requirements of industry 4. Now, as the first speaker talked about, academia plays a very important role. Now, academia cannot be really receptive about it. The academia has to be very proactive in implementation of industry 4. First is that we need to enhance quality of teachers. We all agree about it, but then there has to be a proper learning infrastructure for it. As this, again, coming back to this COVID scenario, has really taught us that teaching can be done online. Previously, all the most of the teachers used to think that physical medium is the only basis. Now teachers understand they can look into an hybrid model where they can have an online as well as an offline teaching. So here, enhancing quality of teachers, making them understand, okay, or grasp the new technologies, with respect to industry 4 is extremely important. The concerned colleges or universities also have to align course curriculum in tandem with 4 requirements, which are well regulated and as per the industry content. And the most of the time what happens, the especially with respect to the curriculum, it focuses more on the theoretical concept. Here I feel the focus has to be more on practical knowledge. So maybe it could be or a 60 or 70% of practical knowledge and 30% of theories. Okay. Fourth aspect, promote culture of research. And there has to be continuous research and focus on innovation and learning. Make massive open online courses like Coursera. Now, for example, in our college and university, we have made it mandatory for students to go through Coursera programs. Okay, and in India, we also have something known as SIEM platform, which is recognized by UGC and AICT especially, and which is given by top faculties from IITs and IIMs. So making massive open online courses compulsory as a part of curriculum is very important requirement for industry 4. And there has to be a proper strategic alliance and collaboration with industry players. Okay, where the industry people are able to put across the requirements to the academia, and tell them and maybe share the new technologies. Okay, and the academia are basically seeing to fulfilling the requirements of industry, and there's probably a great situation of a win-win collaboration with the industry players. So the role of academia and industry 4 is extremely important. It has to be extremely proactive, so that the changes takes place as per the requirements of industry 4. Now let's try to understand what the government of India has done in this aspect. I have taken just few of these measures. Under the able leadership of Sri Narendra Modi, we have looked into the Center of Excellence, Knowledge Center of Entrepreneurs, startups for promoting concept of IT for Industry 4. And there has also been a mission on cyber physical systems, where the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India has launched Cyber Physical Systems mission to support Center of Excellence for training in robotics, artificial intelligence, digital manufacturing. And as we know, the future decade, The future decade is the lot of jobs are going to be in these areas, in areas of robotics, in areas of artificial intelligence, in areas of digital manufacturing. And that's where I feel even the government also has to play a very, very proactive role. It's not only the industry, the government also. What schemes they launch? How are they promoting training? Okay, and how are they generating jobs in these new areas? All this, and that also it should not be only to the urban areas. It also should go to rural areas, because even in India, if you see, a lot of population are there in rural areas which do not have access to technologies. Any technologies, any new technology has to have far and wide reach. It cannot just remain in urban space. It has to go to semi-urban as well as rural space to have that impact. And that's where I feel the government plays a very, very important role to see that the technology is going right to the rural areas, to the people in the villages who are able to get this training, so for the effective implementation of industry 4. And finally, concluding, okay, industry associations can take a very important lead in adoption of industry 4 through following measures. Identify what is the technological development, what are the latest trends in artificial intelligence, robotics, manufacturing. Okay, find infrastructure, look into political needs, understand the assess and impact on sectors like manufacturing and services, and have a planned workforce. Now, skilling roadmap is going an extremely important thing. How do I skill my employees? Okay, and what phase do I skill? Okay, there has to be a proper plan, and that plan has to be reviewed in detail at crucial points. So maybe on a monthly or a quarterly basis, it has to be reviewed to see that it has its desired effect. So that's from my side. And thank you very much. Thanks for the opportunity given, and my best wishes to all my other panelists and speakers. Thank you very much.